Is Costa Rica a good place to live? Welcome. Here in my today's video, I will be sharing some pros and cons about my own experiences about how Costa Rica is to live, but also I'm gonna highlight some special topics for those who are thinking about leaving the USA and are looking into Costa Rica to live. I moved here myself in 2018 as a mother, married to Dirk with two growing up kids from the Netherlands, and I experienced moving to Costa Rica in a specific way. I'm gonna touch on some personal examples that hopefully will help you on your journey of discovering whether you're gonna be a Costa Rica expat or not. So before I'm gonna take it away, I wanted to invite you, if you're new to this channel, to subscribe with that little icon you see on the screen. You can also do that below in the description. If you watch this video on your phone, you see some hashtags that saying a little bit more about what my video is about, but also this little triangle, eeny meeny. If you click that, the full description opens, and there you see a world of information. And I am overall here to serve you. I am here not to be the expert about Costa Rica, because I'm not. I am just here to share everything I have learned, and this is why my channel was born. People start to ask me all kinds of questions, practical, but also how did you deal with the fear of leaving everything behind, and everything I've learned I made a video about here on the channel. So my channel will keep moving forward thanks to you. So thanks to your subscription, you help me support my channel, and also by leaving a comment below or reply below and touching on things you would like to see me making videos about. Let me know, and I can consider if I know enough to make a video, and that way I can serve you even better. So is Costa Rica a good place to live? Okay, here's some first pros and cons. But the most important reality for me, let me start sharing that. I believe how you experience Costa Rica to live has everything to do. No, it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with how perfect your preparation was. So let me just first share what has no influence on how good it will be for you to live. The perfect preparation doesn't exist. Does it exist on the quality of your house? If it is a rental or if it's your own? No, I don't believe it has any influence on how good Costa Rica is to live for you. Does it have to do with if before you come to live in Costa Rica, do you need to have a residency already? Like, do you need to start worrying about that stuff while you're in your own country or somewhere else outside of Costa Rica? No. I don't have seen people being happier or having a better quality of life by having a residency already the first day that they arrive here to move in Costa Rica. So there's a couple of examples which are, for me personally, a big myth, and I don't want you to believe that you have to focus on those things before you move to Costa Rica to consider if Costa Rica is the best fit for you, right? How can you determine if Costa Rica is a good place to live for you? Well, I think what it all is about is, and here it is, pay attention and remember this, it has to do with your expectations. It has to do with what you have in mind about it, your ideal reality, your thoughts. And perhaps you think, oh, there you have her again. She's talking about mindset and law of attraction. Yeah, because I believe that if you expect it to be perfect because you have taken a relocation coach, for example, who arranged everything for you, that is going to be perfect. It's not going to guarantee you a good quality of life if someone else helped you from step A to Z. Yes, someone can help you to have a good start and good takeoff. But how you're going to deal with things that go wrong, or how you're going to deal with setbacks that come from yourself, because perhaps you're going to be sick, perhaps you're going to get COVID, perhaps, I don't know, the school you choose for your kids and you decided to live in a specific area because of that school. Perhaps the school is closing forever and they're not made it because of corona restrictions whatsoever. Now what, right? How are you going to deal with that? So you're now going to think, wow, that's a bummer. Costa Rica is not a good place to live because of it. So your expectations are key to how you're going to feel after moving and while you're living in Costa Rica. And how do I know? Well, again, like I said in my intro, I am not the, how do you say that? I'm not the expert. I'm not saying that my thoughts is your truth. I'm just saying this is how I experienced it. This is what I have seen from my world, from my perspective, happening to other people, other expats that I have seen coming and leaving. And a lot of people ask me before they ever lived here for more than a month, they ask me tons of questions about buying a property in Costa Rica, buying a house in Costa Rica. So I ask them, how long have you been living in Costa Rica? And then they say, I'm not living in Costa Rica yet. And then my thoughts go really fast and think, and this is then my personal conclusion, oh my goodness. So a lot of people are thinking about buying a house in Costa Rica. Well, they have never lived in Costa Rica. I think that is equal as you don't know how to walk and you're worried about how to be a winner of a running competition, right? Or how fast you will be able to run. Some things takes a process, a specific process, and I think you should never buy a house before you have lived here at least for a year, more or less, right? So yeah, is Costa Rica a good place to live? For me personal, yes it is. Why is that? Is perhaps what you're thinking. Well, I personally, so again, it's my own thoughts. I'm just sharing them with you, and I love to hear your thoughts in the replies below. This channel is built together, right? I love dialogues. I love sharing thoughts. Be respectful and stay positive. That's overall my key rule. Because I don't think you should just be unfriendly to other people's opinion. I believe that if you have an income stream, that's a big key for happiness. Although it sounds ridiculous when I say money is creating happiness. Of course, it's not black and white. But let me state it like this. If you don't have money and you're living in Costa Rica, you're gonna have a very hard time. But that's overall like everywhere. If you don't have income coming in and you are not able to contribute to what you need yourself, what your kids need, perhaps you move to Costa Rica because you want to leave the USA desperately because of what political situations, feeling boxed, but now you're here and you forgot to do due diligence about an international school, and now you're shocked about the prices overall of international schools. Overall, by the way, if you're a parent and you're curious, what are the prices overall of international schools in Costa Rica? Which is a very important fact to create a happy family life. As new expats in Costa Rica, you need a good school because it's the foundation for your kids. You're obligated to your kids to facilitate them to a good school. Well, I paid around $500 per child per month, exclusive transportation to the school and exclusive lunch that is often prepared in the daytime on the schools. So have you considered that is part of Costa Rica living? And it is kind of important that you are preparing your move to Costa Rica with this fact, so you're not shocked about the prices here, which is overall not cheap. But again, what are you expecting? If you're expecting a cheap Latin American country such as Nicaragua and Panama, and even South American countries, it's way cheaper there. But is the situation overall better there? You know, if you start to compare quality of life, freedom, political stability, the freedom that you have as an expat to buy stuff, to buy vehicles, property, cars, then I believe Costa Rica is the place to be. But if you expect Costa Rica to be super cheap, you're gonna be crying when you come here because you have not prepared Costa Rica well. So here's the thing. So actually I'm saying there should be a good balance between a basic preparation and a realistic expectation. So preparation meets expectation, and that overall, I believe you can nail down, you can trigger pros and cons in a personal way. Yeah, there's pros and cons about buying over renting a house, but for overall, I would never buy before I have lived in Costa Rica for an X amount of months, right? But overall, the pros for me are outstandingly high. I love that I have my own property and I don't have to pay rent, and I cannot be kicked out of my house because it's mine, right? I have bought it. And by the way, this is mortgage free. I feel very blessed that I was able just to pay this mortgage free. Well, thanks to my online business and everything that I do online makes my quality of life amazing for me. But that doesn't mean that will be your life, right? So because we all have our own ideas and our own ways of dealing with things, and some people would have never bought this property, which is kind of intensive in maintenance. We choose not to have people walking around like gardeners and cleaning ladies and workers because we really value our privacy. We have had a lot of workers slash staff slash a team back in the Netherlands years ago with Dirk's restaurant. He had like 25 to 30 people that he was paying their paychecks, and we want to be able to just not have that here. But maintenance is a lot, and a lot of people would think, well, my goodness, you're crazy to do it most of the time all yourself. Of course, sometimes we have some help. We pay someone to do some how do you say that, some work. But okay, let me just don't go there. That's just an example, right? You create your life the way you want it, and how you deal with setbacks or situations, it's going to be up to you. If you have an expectation of it's going to be amazingly great because I paid for a relocation expert, or I did like 3 years of doing due diligence myself and now it will be perfect, I think it's the wrong expectation. I think you should always have a healthy percentage in your mind of, you're flexible. If this happens, you're not going to be depressed. You're not going to think, oh my goodness, this is terrible. It's so unfair. They're all against me. You see, Costa Rica sucks. No, it's about seeing the positive, seeing the glass half full instead of half empty. That's the key. That's how I deal with everything here. Yeah, the ferreteria, that's like where you order your building materials. We ordered last week some materials, some plates to build a roof with, and some white stones to extend our terrace. And they didn't come for a week. And it was like, another day, that's taking long. No, we're not angry. We're not like, boop, 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 the ferreteria sucks here. No, it's just like, okay, there's something going wrong. Well, Dirk said, I'm gonna jump on the quad. I'm gonna go there and just gonna ask, okay, what's happening? The delivery hasn't been happening since a week. Normally it's there the next day or the day after. And they said, oh, we made a mistake because of this. Do you think he was angry there? Oh, of course not. We live in a small town. You have to work with the resources available. So we're not gonna be angry. It doesn't solve anything. Yeah, you can say, wow, if I can give some feedback, I think that person, you should know that person is working here didn't really understood the procedure. So perhaps this is an advice that you can teach him a little bit better so customers don't have to suffer and waiting long. I think my neighbor's grass this is a funny example. You hear that sound? I think that is weed wagging of my neighbor. She has a gardener and he's weed wagging her garden. Then you hear this. It might happen. This happens on a Sunday at 7. It doesn't really happen often here, but you're gonna freak out and think that Costa Rica sucks. Is Costa Rica a good place to live? Even if you have neighbors weed wagging all day around you? I think this is the wrong expectation. I think living in Costa Rica should be seen as one big adventure, one big ongoingly adventure. Yes, you can take off strong with a solid foundation, with a solid income stream or a solid retirement with a solid budget that makes life way more fun and way more easier. As an example, so I'm just gonna pretend as if I don't hear that sound to make it realistic. This is how I deal with stuff. I'm not gonna pause my video and edit it out. Come on, this is realistic. I don't edit my videos. I'm gonna give you how it is. You're gonna see what you get and get what you see with me, right? The naked truth. What was I saying? Oh yeah. If you have some extra budget to do fun stuff. Yesterday I went on the boat again for the, I don't know, third or the fourth time. With my son and some friends who came over from the Netherlands, and we had an amazing day. Well, yeah, you pay between $450 and $650 for a tour like that. Yeah, you can share with others, but you know, if you don't have any budget to do fun stuff like that, yeah, Costa Rica living can suck, can be boring. I think there's so many pros and cons about living on a budget in Costa Rica, and there's pros and cons of having more money to spend and buy, for example, a big property. You have to pay wealth, luxury taxes these days in real estate world. So you see, there's pros and cons about having money. There's pros and cons about living on a budget. So now I'm gonna work towards wrapping up my video. By the way, if you wonder what it is that I do online, go to the description below. Little triangle if you watch on your phone, you know, at the end of the hashtags, click it. The whole world of description will pop up with a world of information, free books, my training, some advice, how to reach me on Messenger. But there's the first link. Click it and learn about how my online business is set up, so you can make your feet wet to see if that will be something for you or not. I'll leave that up to you. That's not what my videos are about. I lost my point. Oh yeah, it's all coming back to having enough budget to live the life that you want to live. If you really value beautiful stuff, then you should have enough funds to buy beautiful stuff. If you really want a lot of space, yeah, it's better that you buy property. Be sure that you create the life of your dreams in Costa Rica, and that you deal with setbacks, and that your expectations are healthy compared to what's realistic. And nothing is perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. You cannot control circumstances. That's also one thing that I've learned overall, not just in Costa Rica. The only thing that you have control over are your thoughts and the decisions you make to deal with things that happen. So your actions, you're in control. Your thoughts, you're in control. Everything else, you're out of control. So yeah, thinking about leaving the USA, or you wondering, is Costa Rica a good place to live? Here were my pros and cons, and I have like hundreds of more of examples, but I don't want my videos too long. Want to be too long. I want to inspire you, so let me know if that worked out today in my video, and let me know where you are in the process of living in Costa Rica. Perhaps you live here for 30 years. I can learn from you. Please give me some insights. I also know that some people lived here for 20 years and now they're done. Tell me more about it. What can we expect? Can we work towards that or prevent that? Or are you endless dreaming about living in Costa Rica, but you are so scared that you probably will never take the leap? What do you need? You want me to talk with you, to coach you, to do a Q&A with you, to do a brainstorm session? Like, there's so much possible. You can order my ebook, 7 Steps to Move to Costa Rica. I will post a link in the comments below and in the description. So there are so many ways to get in touch with me and to keep this conversation going. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for your thumbs up if you think I deserve it. Share my video if you think others can benefit. And of course, come back to my new videos. Stay tuned. Tomorrow there will be a new video, and I am excited hearing back from you. Anyways, you matter to me. Thanks for watching. Bye for now from Costa Rica. This was Muriel from the Sunshine Family.